Hello YouTube, Freddie Cardona here. Welcome back to another Driving and the News video. The purpose of this video and the playlist that it's in is to record history for future generations to go back to these videos and enjoy a snippet of the news if they feel so inclined. It's not the most exciting video, but I feel it's necessary that we preserve our history. And one way to do that, at least for me, is to record little snippets Monday through Friday as I go to work. If I don't go to work, then there won't be an upload. But I generally go to work every day, Monday through Friday. All right, let's get you the news.
Of people. Trevor Ault reporting Teixeira was denied a gun permit a few years ago due to reports of erratic behavior at his high school. Things are getting tenser in the Taiwan Strait. The U.S. Navy flew a patrol plane through the strait early today in response to China flying quite a few more planes through the strait.
The Taiwanese Defense Ministry says China's military flew 38 fighter jets and other warplanes near Taiwan. The latest display was the largest since Beijing held exercises earlier this month in response to a meeting between the island's president and U.S. lawmakers. 6 Navy vessels were also spotted as part of China's campaign of intimidation against self-ruled Taiwan. 19 of the aircraft flew across the midline in the Taiwan Strait as a drone circled the island. The island has never been part of the People's Republic of China, but Beijing says it must unite with the mainland by force if necessary. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
Meantime, FBI Director Christopher Wray says the Chinese are also posing a major threat to the U.S. in the form of a cyber threat.
The scale of the Chinese cyber threat is unparalleled. They've got a bigger hacking program than every other major nation combined and have stolen more of our personal and corporate data than all other nations, big or small, combined.
As for what the FBI is doing about this, Wray told the House subcommittee the FBI has grown the number of investigations into threats from China by about 1,300%. 52 degrees, cloudy, going up to 57 in Midtown today. Now this Riverside Memorial Chapel for generations, a symbol of Jewish tradition and uncompromising quality. Parking tickets can be very expensive, especially if you let them pile up. So City Councilman Justin Brannan has an idea. Why not make parking fines proportional to income? He tells the Daily News, why should the guy who double parked his 1988 Toyota pay the same as the guy with the 2024 Bentley?
What they do in Europe right now is basically they have the technology where the same way they have a digital machine that puts in your information, they can look up your tax receipts and know what your income is.
This has also been tried in a few places in the U.S. like Bridgeport and Milwaukee. It's not clear, though, if such legislation would survive a constitutional challenge. A spokesman for the mayor says he'll review the bill. The NYPD has a new Crime Stoppers van. It cost almost $300,000. It features an 8-foot by 6-foot video screen on its side, which can display crime scene videos, photos, and images of potential suspects to people who live in the area where the crimes occurred and where the suspects may be. In addition to going to the scene of recent crimes, the van will also be sent to cold case locations on the anniversary of the crime in hopes that images displayed will jog somebody's memory. In its 40-year history, Crime Stoppers has paid out $3 million in rewards, solving 5,600 violent crimes, including 1,600 murders and attempted murders. Wednesday news time, 8:11. Let's get a check of traffic and transit now with Karen Stewart.
Over the Hudson Rivers, we check what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. The inbound side of the GW Bridge is about 40 for the upper and 30 for the lower. The inbound Lincoln Tunnel is 30 minutes, and the inbound Holland Tunnel is about a 25-minute wait. Over the East River, the inbound RFK Bridge is moderately heavy. Same thing over to 59th Street Bridge, coming from both Queens Boulevard and Northern Boulevard. It's pretty equal there as far as delays. The Queens Midtown Tunnel is kind of heavy. From Van Dam Street on the LIE West into the Queens Midtown. And now we've got delays both ways at the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel, more so inbound. But we've got outbound delays as well. The inbound Gowanus BQE eastbound combination is slow from the Verrazano Bridge up into the Prospect and then jam from there into Atlantic Avenue. We've got the Throgs Neck Expressway with some bumper-to-bumper tight traffic here off the Throgs Neck Expressway and getting up into the Hutch. And we've got a Bronx River Parkway accident, which is down near Burke Avenue, and the delays on the southbound side of the Bronx River go all the way back to Oak Street in Mount Vernon. Alternate side of the street parking rules and regulations are in effect today. We're sponsored by Breaking the Case, a true crime podcast from the NYPD. I'm Karen Stewart, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Hey, did you know in the early 90s, a serial killer calling himself Zodiac terrorized New York City?
He was doing us. He was getting away with it and getting over on it.
Breaking the Case, the New York Zodiac Copycat, a true crime podcast from NYPD, wherever you get your podcast.
Now the 1010 Winds AccuWeather 4-day forecast. I thought I saw a little bit of sun there for a couple of seconds, Dean DeVore.
Maybe, yeah. It's trying to peer through the clouds that are starting to kind of thicken up from the south and west. The rain shield is moving at us from the south and west. It's in through Baltimore, Washington, the southern parts of Delaware. It's going to be moving towards us, probably getting into the mid-afternoon for the Jersey suburbs, and then late this afternoon, this evening towards the city. Once that rain is over us, it continues tonight and into tomorrow. That's probably, with the first round, some of the heaviest rain pockets. Eases off to some lighter rain and drizzle afternoon and evening tomorrow. Probably just dreary and kind of damp, a little drizzle Sunday morning, but then slug number 2 of this rain coming in Sunday afternoon, Sunday night. Should be exiting very early Monday morning and then drying out on Monday with the windy conditions, high 64. In terms of amounts of rain, an inch or so, an inch or two in each round, and there's going to be enough wind that could cause some coastal flooding, especially on Sundays around, but we'll keep an eye on that. I think there could be some on the south-facing shores of Long Island later tonight, early tomorrow morning, and then certainly flooding on the roads and sidewalks and in poor drainage areas with these rounds of rain. 51 on our way up to 57. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Dean DeVore, New York's weather station, 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back.
Gasoline prices for 2023 in April is $3.13 regular cash, $3.19 for regular credit, $3.89 for diesel. And that's the gas prices for April 28, 2023. At least in this particular gas station.
You can now get the help you need. I'm
also trying to, if I remember, call out the gasoline prices, because I always hear comments when people see videos in the 80s, from the 80s and 70s, at how low the gas prices are compared to 20 years later. So that's part of the recording history.
Kansas City Steak Company, another AmericanEagle.com success story. Started in 1932 as a family-owned butcher shop, today they're a leading distributor of superior all-American steaks delivered right to your door, ready for the grill and your taste buds. When it came to their website, an average site wouldn't do. They chose AmericanEagle.com to take their website to the next level. With a dramatic increase in competition and a softening market demand, they had 2 challenges: improve their brand presence and message, and produce a positive return. AmericanEagle.com got to work and executed usability studies and detailed audits of site experience, digital assets, and marketing. The result? An integrated digital marketing and customer experience plan, organic traffic increase of 20%, and a long-term roadmap for success. If you love great steaks, go to KansasCitySteaks.com for website design, development, and online solutions that bring efficiency and results. Visit AmericanEagle.com. If you need a results-driven website, call the team at AmericanEagle.com at 877-WEBNOW1. That's 877-WEBNOW1.
Winds News Time, 8:16. Air raid sirens went off overnight in a number of cities around Ukraine.
The capital, Kyiv, has been heavily attacked for the first time in over 50 days. Officials said 11 missiles and 2 attack drones were shot down by the air defense system. Pictures on social media from the central town of Uman showed a collapsed 9-story apartment building after it had been hit. In the central city of Dnipro, the mayor said a woman and a 3-year-old child were killed.
Neil Nunes of the BBC. These attacks come a day after Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky had a long phone call with China's Xi Jinping, their first known contact since the Russian invasion. Russia had been looking at China as a potential ally in what may be turning into a war with the West in the form of NATO. Jerry Springer died yesterday. His daytime TV talk show changed that medium, and some say not for the better, but Springer insisted anyone could have done it.
You do 3 things to be a talk show host. You have to be able to say, "You did what? Come on out. We'll be right back." If you can do those 3 lines, you've got a career.
Before he was a TV talk show host, he was a lawyer, and he got elected mayor of Cincinnati, even though he'd been caught up in a prostitution scandal when he was a city councilman. Jerry Springer died of pancreatic cancer at his home outside Chicago. He was 79. Joe Manchin used to be the governor of West Virginia. Now he's a senator, but the current governor thinks he should be in the Senate instead.
He's the popular conservative governor in his state who made his fortune in coal mining. Now Jim Justice is running for the U.S. Senate. That's according to paperwork the governor filed Thursday. Justice will be challenging Senator Manchin, a Democrat whose conservative leanings have frustrated his party but kept Democrats in the majority. Ann Flaherty, ABC News, Washington.
The MTA started picking a missed subway back in the 1940s and kept picking them through the 1970s, and then times changed and they stopped. But the city reliquary brought the tradition back in 2017, and now a panel of judges is out looking for the next missed subway. Organizer Dave Herman says they're not necessarily looking for a swimsuit model.
We decided that in modern times we would sort of reinvent the whole idea of pageantry and give them that sash and that crowning moment, but also open the pageant to the people of all walks of life.
The Miss Subway's pageant isn't even limited to humans. One of the contestants this year is a Chihuahua. Oh, wait a minute, that's a Chihuahua. And one of the judges is a Corgi. The winner will be chosen this evening at the Coney Island Sideshows by the Seashore Theater. It's 52, it's cloudy. We're going up to 57 in Midtown. Wins News Time 8:19.
Hi, I'm attorney John D'Agostino. If you've been injured, you need a lawyer who knows what you're going through. I understand how one accident can turn your whole world upside down. I've been there. I'm a local guy. I grew up on these streets and worked all through law school. After school, I built my practice one client at a time. It didn't matter where they lived. It didn't matter how big or small the case was. I was there to make sure someone paid. Why? Because I've been there. I now run D'Agostino & Associates, a personal injury law firm I built right here in New York and New Jersey. For over 30 years, D'Agostino & Associates has been helping accident victims get every dollar they deserve. We've recovered millions of dollars for people just like you. Call now, 888-24-LAW-24. D'Agostino & Associates, a personal injury law firm that offers free consultation. And if you can't make it to us, we're going to come to you. I've been there. Call now, 888-24-LAW-24. 888-24-LAW-24. D'Agostino Law, Fight Back.
Still listening to 1010 Wins on AM? Give us a try right now on Crystal Clear 92.3 FM.
And we have been listening to 1010 Wins on FM. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Driving in the News. We'll see you on the next video.